Check 1-2. Sorry for the technical difficulties to start this ball game off. On the bump today for the Bristol Blues, number 8, Scott Creedon. Creedon delivers a 1-0 fastball that's popped in the air toward the Bristol Blues dugout, up and now out of play. A ball and a strike. We are in the top of the first inning. The first two batters retired for Pittsfield. The batter now, number 10, the third baseman, Eric Hamilton. First batter of the ball game, Kevin Dante, ground out to first. 3-1, he was retired. Then the second batter, Thomas Hughes, with a routine fly out to left field. And Eric Hamilton down in the count, 1-2 to the Bristol Blues starter, the righty from Massachusetts, Scott Creedon. Defensively behind Creedon today at third base, Christian Budzik. At shortstop, Tyler Roberts. Playing second base today, Nick Conti. And over there at first base, Austin Chauvin. Battery mate with Creedon, number 15, James Brown. In left field for the Bristol Blues today, Dylan Morris. In right, Logan Green. And the center fielder, Lorenzo Arcuri. So with 2 outs in the inning and a 2-2 count, Eric Hamilton grounds one over to the first baseman. Chauvin will pick it up and slap the bag. A 1-2-3 inning for Creedon, and the Blues will grab the sticks. Bottom of the first inning coming up next. Austin Hansen, the right-handed starter for the visitors, the Pittsfield Suns. Hansen, 29 and a third innings pitched to the tune of a 6.44 ERA. Leading it off for the Bristol Blues today will be the center fielder, Lorenzo Arcuri. Batting second, the second baseman, Nick Conti, and batting third in the Bristol Blues lineup, due up this inning, Austin Chauvin. Working from the stretch to start the game is Hansen, and Arcuri will take a first pitch fastball. Skips into the glove of the catcher, 1-0. Ground ball softly hit up the middle. Fielding is the shortstop. He will throw on the run and make the play to cut down Arcuri. Fine play there made by made by Thomas Hughes. Hughes retires Arcuri in the bottom of the first inning. Nick Conti now at a bat. Conti's average hovering around the 300 line, 293 right now. Second baseman takes a healthy hack at the first pitch from Hansen, 0-1. So Conti waits down in the count, 0-1, and now make that 0-2 as the 0-1 fastball catches the outside corner No balls and 2 strikes to Nick Conti. First off-speed pitch of the game put on display there by Hansen. It's a slider, a hard slider that bites low and outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Conti, the Orlando, Florida native, stands in the box, and it looks like the catcher and the pitcher going to meet out there on the knoll for the first time tonight. Justin Mornhart, the battery mate with Austin Hansen tonight. Mornhart's words are quick and brief, and the 1-2 pitch is up and inside. At the shoulders of Conti, he will turn out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch is another tight slider. Started on the outer third and dove off the plate. Conti thought it looked too good, swing at it, but the ball dove out of the strike zone into the left-handed batter's box.
Now batting first baseman, number 26 from St. Mary's, Austin Chauvin.
Conti goes down swinging, and Austin Chauvin to bat with nobody on and 2 outs in the inning. First pitch is a 2-seam fastball inside corner, strike 1. 0-1 pitch, misses inside. Count evens up 1-1. 1-1 pitch is a fastball. This one bounces in there. Good pick behind the dish by Justin Mornhart. 2 balls and a strike. Line shot down the right field line. That one will kick up into foul territory. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. We sit in the bottom of the first inning. The Bristol Blues tied 0-0 with the visitors tonight, the Pittsfield Suns. 2-2 pitch, a slower breaking ball that Austin Chauvin is out in front of. He swings through it, and that's 2 strikeouts in the first inning for Austin Hansen. The Blues go down in order, and Pittsfield to bat in the top half of the second inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball. The batter now for the Pittsfield Suns, the catcher from Winstead, Connecticut, Justin Mornhart. Left-handed hitting catcher faces off against Scott Creedon in the top of the second inning. Creedon's first pitch misses up and away, 1-0. Pitch, line shot to left field. That one will skip up in front of the Blues left fielder tonight, Dylan Morris. First base runner and first base hit of the ball game falls for the Pittsfield Suns. A leadoff base hit in the top of the second inning. And Al Zachary, the center fielder for the Suns, the batter. Righty on lefty matchup. Creedon working from the stretch from the first time today. Plants the foot down, utilizes the slide step, and gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Creedon comes set, the 0-1 pitch. Curveball and a good one. Right at the knees on the inside corner. Zachary down the count, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch bounces in there. Jimmy Brown stabs at it, keeps it in front. But the runner at first base, Morenhart, will move up 90 feet into scoring position. So there's a man on second base, nobody out. We're in the top of the second inning. Both teams are scoreless. A ball and 2 strikes. Al Zachary, the batter. Check swing does not go too far. 2-2. Zachary hitting .299 on the season, a very large sample size, 144 at-bats this summer in the 2016 FCBL season. So Creedon checks in, gets the signals from James Brown Jr. Slide step yet again, and this one a curveball that's lifted down the third baseline. Out of play it'll go. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed a strikeout. Zachary goes down swinging. First pitch, ground ball in the hole. Tyler Roberts fields the sliding in the hole, comes up and makes the play. Colin Gimlet robbed of a base hit there by none other than the Bristol Blues shortstop, Tyler Roberts. Those plays are top 10 plays for 95% of the shortstops in this league, but Tyler Roberts just makes those look routine. At this point, you expect the Bristol Blues shortstop to be able to make those ball plays deep in the hole at short. He does it yet again. The Blues faithful give him a round of applause as Scott Creedon delivers the first pitch of the at-bat to Colin Ridley. Ridley will take. It's a fastball that misses low and inside, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, 2-seam fastball late on that one. Was Ridley, it is 1-1. Ridley coming into the ball game just over the Mendoza line, hitting .204. Creedon set, rocks back, and a line shot to center field. This one right in front of Lorenzo Arcuri. He'll take about 4 or 5 steps in and field it on the line. So Pittsfield threatens, but they do not score here in the second inning. Blues up to bat, bottom of the second inning. Coming up next, we're still scoreless here at Muzzy Field. Bristol Blues to bat. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Frankie Gregoire plunked with the first pitch. So the birthday boy is aboard for the Bristol Blues. Frankie Gregoire, turning 20 today, takes his rightful spot at first base after being plunked by the first pitch here in the bottom of the second inning. Batter for the Bristol Blues, Dylan Morris, left fielder from the University of Massachusetts Amherst in his second season in the Bristol Blues home whites. Takes a first pitch fastball, low and away, 0-1. Morris, the batter for the Blues, one man on and nobody out. He swings through the 0-1 fastball, no balls, and 2 strikes. On deck for Bristol, the shortstop, number 5, Tyler Roberts. Short leadoff over there at first for Gregoire as Morris battles in the deficit of an 0-2 count. No balls and 2 strikes. Dylan Morris takes a curveball that bends around the plate and slithers into the glove of the catcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes for the Blues left fielder. Morris gets a fastball he likes and lifts it to left field. Ranging over toward the line, the left fielder Ridley. He will make the play, and retreating from halfway towards second base is Frankie Gregoire. So there's still a man on first and nobody out. Tyler Roberts to bat for the Bristol Blues. Roberts coming into the day just over 300. A 306 average for the Bristol Blues all-star shortstop. And he's ahead in the count, 1-0. Roberts picking up 34 hits in 111 at-bats. Puts him right at that 306 number. Runner is off with the pitch. Throw down to second is in time. Hit and run is foiled as Roberts swings over top of the 1-0 fastball. Gregoire cut down at second base. So there's 2 outs, nobody on base. Tyler Roberts in an even count, 1-1. Two balls and a strike, and Roberts takes. Now sitting pretty. Three balls and 1 strike. Tyler Roberts awaits what should be a fastball out of the right arm of Hansen. For the second time today, however, Justin Mornhart, the catcher for the Suns, out there to have a conversation with the starter. This one, another quick one. And Roberts steps out, picks up some dirt. No batting gloves used here from the Fayetteville, Georgia native. 3-1 pitch. Line shot will split the left side of the infield. Tyler Roberts, the Bristol Blues fan favorite, picks up another base hit. So Roberts gets the first knock of the ball game for the Bristol Blues. Two men able to reach base, but Gregoire was retired, attempting to steal second base. So the Blues sit with a man at first base, 2 outs, and Logan Green the batter. Greeny takes a first pitch fastball up near the mustache, 1-0. Logan Green dribbles one down the third base line. It will roll just into foul territory. So Logan Green is down in the count 1-2. Just rolled that one down the third base line. A good old swinging bunt was nearly in fair play. However, wisely, the third baseman for the Pittsfield Suns, Eric Hamilton, let it trickle into foul ground. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The right fielder from UMass stands in. Takes a slider, called strike 3. Green can't believe it, but the Bristol Blues are retired in the second inning. We will head to the top of the third. This is Bristol Blues baseball. The designated hitter for the Pittsfield Suns, number 27, Spencer Tinkle, will bat. First pitch fastball, a 2-seamer, runs too tight to the frame of Tinkle, 1-0. Creedon giving up 1 hit through 2 solid innings of work at Muzzy Field so far. He heads back out to the slab to work the third inning. 1-1 pitch, fastball, doesn't miss by much, apparently low, 2-1. Creedon rocking the stirrups tonight for the Bristol Blues. He working that first base side of the rubber, fastball elevated, swung right through it, does Tinkle, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The lights just flicked on to historic Muzzy Field as the sun was setting beyond the evergreen trees in left center field. 2-2 pitch lifted high, up and out of play. Count remains the same as Creedon looking to find the strikeout pitch for the DH from Pittsfield. It's a slider away, grounded softly to the second baseman, Nick Conti. He will go down to a knee, field it, and make the play. 1 up and 1 down here in the top half of the third inning. Devin McGrath, now the batter. McGrath, the left-handed, hitting a right fielder, number 1, the batter. Plays his college baseball at Holy Cross. Slightly open stance as he takes a fastball that runs a little bit too far inside and off the rawhide of the catcher, Jimmy Brown Jr. 1-0. One-0 pitch, in on the hands and an inside-out swing. It lifts it over the awning and out of play, 1-1. A ball, a strike, and an out. Creedon delivers a curveball. The curve misses way up and out of the strike zone there. Jimmy Brown's got to come out of the crouch to field it. 2-1. Creedon features a slider, a two-seam fastball, a four-seam fastball, and then the yellow hammer. The slow arching curveball that missed the zone on the last pitch. This one here is a fastball. Misses a touch outside. 3-1. 3-1 pitch, boom, over the plate. Called a strike as the ball pops the mitt of Jimmy Brown. Count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. 3-2 pitch, misses low. First walk of the ball game for Pittsfield. Devin McGrath, the 9-hole hitter. The lineup now back to the top of the card. Kevin Dante, the batter. Second baseman, Dante, the batter. Double play combination up the middle for the Bristol Blues. Conti and Roberts. Good move there by Creedon, keeping the runner close to the bag at first base. Still awaiting the first pitch. Showing bunt is McGrath, and he takes it off the finger. That one does not look good. He drops it, and that one could be a broken finger as he laid down the bunt, and it hit off the hand before the bat. It is a strike, 0-1. Now it looks like the coaching staff for the Pittsfield Suns out to have a look at the right hand ring finger of Kevin Dante. Seems to be okay. He now briskly walks back into the right-handed batter's box. 0-1 count. Creedon in control with the man on first and 1 out. Blues lost a tough one last night in Portsmouth, New Hampshire against the Seacoast Mavericks. Seacoast, arguably the best team in the league, and the Blues dropped the affair 9-8, giving up 4 unearned runs. McGrath now, Dante shows bunt. Creedon Fields make the play and goes over to cover third base. So the sacrifice bunt goes down successfully for Dante. There's a man on second base with 2 outs and Thomas Hughes to bat. Interesting to see a sacrifice bunt this early on in the ball game, especially now with 2 outs. Thomas Hughes is hitting .294 on the season, playing for 1 run here early on. Are this Pittsfield Suns team? Creedon checks in. Now will comes set. Stands up and throws the first pitch. 0-1. The fastball catches the outer half of the plate. No balls and a strike. 2 outs in the inning. Starts with the first pitch fastball outside, then hammers in on the hands. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes fastball. This one elevated. Foul off to the screen. 0-2. So the first pitch fastball outside, the second one in on the hands. Third consecutive fastball is up at the letters and fouled back. Count still 0-2. Let's see if we head to the curveball. Creedon slide step curveball. This one grounded in the hole. Conti Fields ranging toward first base and is able to make the play. A routine ground out there, and the inning is over. So Pittsfield threatens for the second time tonight, but they come up empty-handed. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Still no score here at Muzzy Field. Blues and Suns tied up 0-0. Leading off the inning for the Bristol Blues, the catcher from Wilkes University, James Brown Jr. Brown takes a fastball up in the zone, 1-0. Brown, Budzik, and Arcuri, the three batters, due up for the Blues. Brown swings at the 1-0 fastball away, comes up empty-handed, and it is 1-1. Brown picks up the catching duties today for the Blues as he lifts this one down the right field line. Will it get down? It will not. It falls in the glove of the Suns' right fielder, Devin McGrath. So McGrath shades over toward the right field line to pick up the fly ball off the bat of James Brown Jr., and that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter for the Blues, the third baseman, number 23, Christian Budzik. Budzik got the night off last night, finds himself back in the infield. The utility infielder gets a shot tonight against the Pittsfield Suns. Takes a first pitch fastball as he bends out of the way, 1-0. Budzik really does a great job as a utility infielder on the defensive side of the ball, struggling a little bit this year with the bat. And the 1-0 pitch just popped up down the first base line. The first baseman will head back, go up, and make the play. So Budzik pops out to first, and the first two batters of the third inning fly out down the right field line. Third batter due up, hitting with nobody on and 2 outs, the center fielder from Youngstown State University, Lorenzo Arcuri. Arcuri is 0 for 1, but no longer as he rifles a line shot into left center field. He turns around first, trying to slide into second base safely, and he's cut down. Arcuri got a little bit greedy. He does pick up a base hit, but then is thrown out at second base, trying to extend it into a double. We head to the top of the fourth inning, Blues and Suns deadlocked at zeros. Scott Creedon on the bump once again for the Bristol Blues. We're in the top of the fourth inning. He faces the hottest hitter in the FCBL, Eric Hamilton. Hamilton hitting .319 on the season with 10 home runs and 47 RBIs. Dangerous spot here for Creedon as it's 2-0 for the 3-hole hitter for the Suns. Creedon's got to be careful here as he gets a slider that's hit into shallow left field. Morris charges fields and comes up with a fly ball. Good pitch there by Scott Creedon to get Hamilton to fly out to a routine depth in left. The batter now, Justin Mornhart, left-handed hitting catcher, 1 for 1 on the day. He singled in the second inning. Creedon working quickly. First pitch Change piece misses low, 1-0. Two balls and no strike. Creedon kicks up and rifles the pitch in there. Pops the rawhide of the catcher, James Brown Jr., 2-1. Mornhart and Zachary, the next two batters, check swing, bounces in there. Brown blocks it and it kicks down the first base line. 3 balls and a strike. The catcher from Bryan College. He'll be a junior next season from Winstead, Connecticut. Creedon's 3-1, misses, and Mornhart takes his base. So Mornhart singles and walks, and this ball game continues his onslaught against the Bristol Blues. Al Zachary struck out swinging in his first AB. 0 for 1, second opportunity against the Bruiserati Creedon. Here in the fourth, top of the fourth inning, Blues and Suns tied up. Zilch to zilch. No balls and a strike. Creedon working ahead of Zachary yet again. Al Zachary in the gray pants, black uniform, and white sleeve as he rips a line shot up and over the head of Tyler Roberts. Line shot single for Zachary, and back-to-back batters are aboard. Colin Gimblett, who grounded out to short in his first at-bat, has an opportunity to drive home the first run of the ball game with 2 men on and 1 out. Top of the fourth inning. So prime double play position for the Bristol Blues. First baseman, the batter, phenomenal double play combo up the middle in Roberts and Conti. Creedon looking to roll the first ground ball double play of the day. But first, he gets the first baseman, Gimblett, to swing through a fastball, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball bounces in there. Jimmy Brown picks it cleanly. 1-1. Budzik one step beyond the bag there at third base in double play depth for himself. Chauvin playing behind the runner Zachary at first. And now Gimblett will call time, get a couple of extra warm-up hacks before seeing the 1-1 from Creedon. Scott Creedon on his way to Broward College, a CC down in Florida next season. Two balls and a strike here to the Suns' first baseman. Creedon comes set, kicks up, and a ground ball up the middle. Conti fields on the backhand, drops it, and no-look flip to the shortstop, Tyler Roberts, to get the force out. That is a ball that Conti would like back, though. A hard-hit ground ball up the middle. He's just got to field and really step on the bag, but as he goes towards second base, he forgot the most important thing, the baseball. He went back, picks it up, and a no-look backhanded play to Tyler Roberts. So there's 2 outs and runners on the corners. Pittsfield threatens again, and Colin Ridley, the batter, who lined out to center field in the second inning. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, and number 26, Colin Ridley, to bat. Ridley, the left-handed hitting outfielder from the University of Maine, heads into a sophomore season next year. Runners on the corners. 2 outs and a 1-1 count. Brown flashes the signs, and Creedon rips in a fastball. Just barely misses beneath the knees. Brown turns around and wants to know where that one missed. Not by much, says the home plate umpire. 2-1. Two-one pitch, an off-speed one, floated to the middle of the diamond. Chauvin will call off Creedon and make the play. So yet again, Pittsfield strands a couple of runners. Scott Creedon flirting with disaster all day. However, he's able to elude the first run of the ball game in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth inning, on your way next. This is Bristol Blues Collegiate Baseball. Nick Conti bats and takes the first pitch. Curveball missing the zone. 1-0. Conti struck out swinging on a hard slider that dove out of the strike zone in his first at-bat. Gets his second opportunity against Hansen here in the bottom of the fourth. Ahead in the count, 2-0. 2-0 pitch, fastball outside corner. Called a strike. 2-1. Austin Hansen, the 6-foot 185 sophomore from the University of Oklahoma, throws a slider in there off the end of the bat of Conti, a soft line out to the first baseman. Conti is retired, and Austin Chauvin bats with nobody on and 1 out. Chauvin, too, struck out swinging in his first at-bat of the ball game. Austin providing the Pittsfield Suns with a whiteout today. White cleats, white batting gloves, white helmet, and of course donning the all-white jerseys for the Bristol Blues. Takes a first pitch curveball, buckles the knees, he bends out of the way, but it's called a ball. 1-0. 1-0 pitch, fastball down and in, called a strike. 1-1. So Chauvin bats here, nobody on and 1 out in the inning. Keeps the hands tight to the chest, brings it back as he loads and takes a fastball. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch, a check swing, he went as it bounces in front of home plate. Made contact there, we would have been able to call Austin Chauvin Vladimir Guerrero. But instead, he just checks his swing, says he went too far. Should be 2-2. 2-2 pitch, a curveball that misses a 1.5 feet above the helmet of Austin. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. So 3, 2, 1, and the pitch. Another curveball. Misses up in the zone. Chauvin thought it was a walk. The catcher, Mornhart, thought it was strike 3. Umpire agrees with Chauvin. He takes first base with a walk. A 1-out walk for Austin Hansen. And the dangerous Frankie Gregoire will slowly stride to home plate. So Gregoire, the birthday boy, hit by pitch in his first plate appearance, takes a slider that bounces in the dirt. Mornhart fields it, and now will walk it out to the mound to have yet another conversation with the starter, Austin Hansen. Mornhart definitely one to go out there and chat it up with the starting pitcher. His 4th mound visit of the day, all of them spanning a great 10 seconds. So Frank sees the pitch, a fastball, and lifts it into the cheap seats down the first base line. Count is 1-1. Dylan Morris, the left fielder, on deck for the Blues. Getting to see quite a few pitches in the on-deck circle as Frankie Gregoire battles a 2-1 count. 2-1 pitch grounded in the hole. Hughes Fields throws on the run. Not in time. Gregoire legs out an infield single. You don't hear that too often. But Frankie Gregoire gets himself on base for the 2nd time tonight. Dylan Morris in a spot, an RBI opportunity for the left fielder from the UMass Amherst University. Yet another brief confab on the bump. Returning back to the dish is Mornhart. Men on first and second base, Dylan Morris, the Blues batter. Morris takes a first pitch fastball, 2-seamer running away from the lefty, but it does catch the corner for a strike. 0-1. 0-1 curveball swung over top there. 0-2 Morris down in the count yet again. Second time back to the Bristol Blues for Dylan Morris. Not as sweet as the first one. Put on a heck of a 2015 campaign, but back in the friendly confines of Muzzy Field, Morris struggling a bit. But the 0-2 fastball is in on the knees. Morris tries to get out of the way, but it nicks the pant leg. Bases loaded and 1 out for the Blues fan favorite, the shortstop, the all-star from Fayetteville, Georgia, and Augusta, Tyler Roberts. So Chauvin walks Gregoire with an infield single. In Morris, hit by pitch. Roberts, first pitch swinging, taps it down the third base line into foul ground. 0-1. An opportunity that the Blues do need to capitalize. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, middle of the ball game, still in search of the first runs for either side. Roberts with the opportunity to drive one home here. Tyler is 1 for 1 on the day. Coming into tonight's ball game against the Suns, he's hitting .306. He now throws his hands at a fastball at the bottom half of the zone. He will foul it off, and the count now 0-2. Hansen has Roberts just where he wants him. Let's see if Tyler is able to spoil a couple of pitches and get one he likes to drive it to the outfield grass. He throws his bat at it and does make contact, a foul ball, 0-2. Now that's the way to throw your hands at the baseball right there. Just chuck the bat at it and see what happens. As he does that, the manager for the Pittsfield Suns out to have a conversation with the home plate umpire to see, quite honestly, if he just threw the bat at it as literally as possible. Home plate umpire goes over there, discourages the Pittsfield manager. Count stays 0-2. Roberts foiling as many pitches as possible here in the bottom of the fourth. 0-2 pitch, check swing, will get up and over the glove of the second baseman. Second base hit of the day for Tyler Roberts. A check swing line drive into right field. Take 'em any way you can get it. Roberts picks up another base hit and an RBI. The Blues with the lead, 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Bases still loaded. Logan Green, the batter. Better to be lucky than good, I guess. And Tyler Roberts got about as lucky as possible right there. 0-2 pitch, throws the bat at it, able to make some contact and live to see another day. Then a check swing, line drive into right, picks up an RBI. Logan Green, first pitch, swinging fly ball down the right field line. That one is out of play into the picnic area, 0-1. So Scott Creedon gets himself one run of support as he looks to go back out on the mound. After this pass ball under the glove of Mornhart, Greg Waz scampers home. The Blues lead is now 2-0. So a pass ball there on the shoulders of the catcher, Justin Mornhart. Second run of the ball game scores, both in favor of your hometown Bristol Blues. Dylan Morris advances to third base. Tyler Roberts up to second. Two ducks on the pond as the infield now drawn in for Logan Green. Count is a ball and a strike. Ground ball to the first baseman. Retreating back to the bag is Dylan Morris. Logan Green grounds out to first. So 2 outs in the inning for the catcher, James Brown Jr. Jimmy Brown Jr. at the plate. First pitch swinging. A big, healthy hack there by number 15. The count, though, 0-1. Blues lead 2-0. Picking up 2 runs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Runners on base. Roberts at second. And Dylan Morris at third base. The 0-1 fastball bounces in there. Caroms off of the dirt. And into the mitt of the catcher, Mornhart, 1-1. 1-1 pitch, line shot to center field, but a good old Adam ball. Jimmy Brown hit it on the screws, but right at the center fielder for Pittsfield. We head to the top of the fifth inning. The Blues lead 2-0. Leading off the top of the fifth inning for the visitors, the best name in the FCBL, Spencer Tinkle. Tinkle with an open stance and grounds one in the hole. Roberts fields it, running toward third base, throws across his body and across the diamond. One pitch, one out. Devin McGrath, the 9-hole hitter, the batter for the Pittsfield Suns. Left-handed hitting right fielder Devin McGrath walked in his first plate appearance, gets his second opportunity against Scott Creedon. Takes the first pitch, changeup, misses high, 1-0. Creedon's 1-0, fastball up and out. The 2-0 pitch over for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to McGrath. Walked the 9-hole hitter last time, didn't Creedon, looking to not do the same again. The 2-1 pitch is a two-seam fastball running away from the body of the lefty. He swings at it and comes up empty-handed, 2-2. So Creedon will rock back into the motion. The 2-2 pitch. Drops it down to a sidearm arm slot. And it's fouled off, 2-2. The count will remain the same. So the Blues have the lead. We're in the top of the fifth inning, 2-0. Muzzy Field much more spacious than historic Leary Field that the Blues played at last night against the Seacoast Mavericks. Blues dropped that one, a tough one, 9-8. But they play here tonight at the home turf, back nestled into Bristol, Connecticut. The local legendary field, Muzzy Field, playing host to the Bristol Blues today. 2-2 pitch, and yet another foul ball, the third consecutive foul piece from Devin McGrath. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. 2-2 fastball. Misses inside. Count should be 3-2. Count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. McGrath thought he had a walk. He does not. On his way back to the batter's box, the count was 2-2. And the guy just thought he had first base all to himself. Umpire says, "Not so fast, my friend." Pulls McGrath back. And the 3-2 pitch. Another foul ball. 3-2. So McGrath tried to buffalo his way to first base by faking a walk. Now he grounds one to Conti, who fields at second. A fine backhanded running play there by Nicholas Conti, the second baseman from Orlando, Florida. Cuts down Devin McGrath. Pinch hitter into the ballgame, John Nolette will take over for Kevin Dante. Looks like the finger for Dante really bothered him after he was hit by a bunt attempt. Nolette grounds one to Roberts. He forces Chavo to work over there at first base. He picks up his buddy. 6-3, down goes Nolette, and down go the Suns in order. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Your Bristol Blues lead the Pittsfield Suns 2-0. Christian Mudzik to lead off the inning for the Bristol Blues. We're in the bottom of the fifth, and the Blues lead 2-0. The 1-0 pitch is lifted to center field. Going back is the center fielder, Al Zachary. He will make the play a good 345 feet away from the dish. 1 out in the inning. Lorenzo Arcuri will now bat for Bristol. Arcuri takes first pitch curveball, misses inside, and the pitcher has a word with the umpire, and now the umpire is telling the Pittsfield Suns manager to head back to the dugout. Austin Hansen frustrated with the strike zone today of the home plate umpire, and now he will bring out the card. Did he just eject the manager for Pittsfield? It looks like he may have just issued a warning to somebody on the bench. Not exactly sure what the situation there was. But nonetheless, it's a 1-0 count to Lorenzo Arcuri. And the Pittsfield bench getting on the nerves of the home plate umpire. 1-0 pitch, over for a strike, 1-1. Two balls and a strike, and Arcuri rips one to right center field. Well, that ball will get up and over the head off the base of the wall. He scampers into second, and now he's headed to third base. Arcuri already the Futures League leader in triples, extends it to 8. 8 triples in a season, the most in the FCBL for Lorenzo Arcuri. Picks up another one here in the bottom of the fifth. Arcuri loves the right center field gap here at Muzzy Field. Nick Conti batting with the infield drawn in, and an 0-1 count. Conti takes the 0-1 fastball, bounces in there, 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes, now the count. Nick Conti really just looking to put the bat on the ball to try to plate the runner from third. He waves at yet another slider. That slider away has proved to be an issue for Conti this evening. Conti strikes out swinging at the same pitch for 2 at-bats this evening. Austin Chauvin, now the batter. First pitch swinging fastball lifted up and out of play, 0-1. Chauvin swings at the first pitch fastball, down the count, 0-1. Austin Hansen is the batter for, wow, really struggling here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Austin Hansen's the starting pitcher for the Pittsfield Suns, the sophomore from Oklahoma. The batter is for the Bristol Blues from St. Mary's College in California, Austin Chauvin. Chauvin down in the count, 0-1. Takes a fastball at the knees at the outside corner, 0-2. Perfect pitch there by Hansen. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 is a slider, bounces in there, smothered by Mornhart. A ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Another off-speed pitch. Chauvin swings through it, and the Blues leave one runner on third base as our Curry is stranded at third base. Austin Chauvin now having words with the starting pitcher, Hansen, and the bench is clear, but no action to be had. Austin Hansen getting a little bit chippy on the mound today. We'll head to the top of the sixth. Blues lead 2-0. Thomas Hughes, the batter for the Pittsfield Suns. First pitch is a two-seam fastball that rubs him off the plate. 1-0. Hughes, the shortstop, the batter, takes a curveball away. 2-0. 0 for 2 on the day is Hughes. The 2-0 pitch misses up in the zone. 3-0. Three-0 pitch, fastball right down the heart of the plate. 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Creedon drops the hands and kicks up to fire in a 3-1 fastball. 3-1 fastball over for yet another strike. Count 3-2. Full count pitch, misses low. Picking it out of the dirt there is Jimmy Brown Jr. Leadoff man was aboard here in the 6th inning. Eric Hamilton, now the batter. Eric Hamilton came in today hitting .319, but has fallen 0 for 2 so far. Very upright stance. A big leg kick and takes the first pitch, which is a slider. Starts on the outside half and fades off the plate. 1-0. Hughes has speed on the base paths. Pickoff move to first. He's back there safely. 1-0. Creedon pumps one over for a strike, a ball and a strike, nobody out. Blues middle the infield in double play depth with Eric Hamilton at the plate. Pickoff move to first yet again. Falling over head first toward first is Thomas Hughes. Count remains 1-1. Fastball in on the hands at the top of the strike zone, just missing that one. was Eric Hamilton, count 1-2. Hamilton a little bit frustrated with himself as he missed that fastball. Count is 1-2. Ground ball, the short. Roberts fields on the large hop. Goes the short way to second for one. Over to first, not in time. Hamilton will reach first base with the fielder's choice. Roberts with a good job of fielding the in-between hop and making the play over to Conti. Justin Moorhart, now the batter for the Suns. Left-handed hitting catcher. Reached base safely twice. He's 1 for 1. Singled in the second and walked in the fourth. Moorhart, the catcher, a prime double play candidate, is Creedon keeping a very close eye on Hughes at first base. Creedon checks toward the dish, agrees with the sign from Brown. Fastball way outside into the right-handed batter's box. Jimmy Brown out of the crouch, lunges his way over to make the grab. 1 ball and no strikes. Creedon working behind in the count to the catcher Moorhart. Count now 2-0 as the 1-0 pitch is a changeup that misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Creedon comes set at the Blues, scripted across the chest and a line shot to right center field. Arcuri will charge and let it bounce in front of him. Eric Hamilton moves up 90 feet and there's 2 men on with 1 out. And Al Zachary, the center fielder, walks up to the plate. So 2 men on and 1 out. Still looking for that double play ball. To Scott Creedon. First pitch curveball misses. Outside 1-0. A ball in, no strikes. Fastball inside corner, 1-1. Zachary, the batter. Colin Gimblett, the first baseman, is on deck. Lefty on righty matchup. The left-handed hitting center fielder Zachary squares off for the 3rd time today against Scott Creedon. Creedon rips a fastball way behind that one. There was Al Zachary. A little tardy on that fastball. Count is 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's 2 runners on. We're in the top of the 6th inning, and the Blues have a 2-0 advantage. Line shot will get back up the middle. They send Hamilton. And now the throw to third base. Nobody at second. Caught in no man's land would have been Justin Moorhart. So an RBI single for Al Zachary. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Runners still at second and first for Colin Gimblett. Jimmy Brown Jr. now out to the mound to calm down Scott Creedon. Creedon's been working in and out of trouble all game, and Pittsfield's finally able to push across their first run. Utilizing the slide step with the first pitch this at bat was Gimblett. He takes 0-1. Gimblett arguing here in the box early on in this at bat, arguing that Creedon never came set and balked. Neither of the umpires saw it or called it, so the count stays 0-1. Curveball there. Jimmy Brown Jr. throws the chest protector at it and knocks it down. Good block there from the catcher from Wilkes University. A ball, a strike, in and out. Creedon facing off against Gimblett. Is action in the Blues bullpen. Number 37, Adam Goss. Runner is off with the pitch. Fly ball to left center field. Arcuri gives chase and now lets it go. The bases will be loaded for number 26, Colin Ridley. That ball floated up there for a while. I'm kind of surprised that either Dylan Morris or the center fielder, Lorenzo Arcuri, didn't lay out after that one. That's one you know, even if you come up empty-handed, that it's just going to sit in the dirt. Just a downward trajectory, kind of like a golf ball, might have spun up backwards for you. But the ball nonetheless drops in front of the Blues outfielders. Bases loaded and one out for the left-handed hitting left fielder, Colin Gimblett. Ground ball past the outstretched glove of Austin Chauvin. This will play to few. Green Fields throws it in, and a double off the bat of Ridley gives the Suns a 3-2 lead. So the Pittsfield Suns finally get to Scott Creedon here in the 6th inning. That's good for 3 runs, and now there's men on first. There's men on second and third as the manager, Pat Riley, will take the ball from Mr. Creedon. So Scott Creedon's day is done. He has completed 5 1/3, giving up 3 runs, and Adam Goss will come out of the bullpen to face the designated hitter, Spencer Tinkle. This is Bristol Blues Baseball, and we will be back to you in just a moment. So Tinkle will face off against the lefty reliever, Adam Goss. Infield is drawn in. Runners on second and third base. First pitch bounces in there. Brown picks it cleanly, 1-0. Pitching change, as always, is brought to you by Muzzy Field, novel about this historic 102-year-old ballpark, written by Doug Milan. Check it out online at Amazon.com today. Goss comes out of the bullpen and evens up the count 1-1. Tinkle is 0 for 2 on the day. A ground out to the second baseman and the shortstop. Infield drawn in, second and third, 1 out. Goss comes set at the belt buckle, kicks up, and a line shot to center field. Arcuri will charge hard, make the play, and the runner will tag from third. Play at the plate will be a close one, and he is safe. Sacrifice fly in effect for Tinkle. The throw was a little bit too high for Jimmy Brown. Brown had to step back, make the play, and then attempt the tag on a Colin Gimblett racing home. Gimblett was able to beat the throw out. That run will be charged to Scott Creedon. It's a 4-2 ball game. A runner at second base, and the batter, Devin McGrath. McGrath walked in the third and grounded out to second in the fifth inning. Lefty on lefty matchup, McGrath and Goss. On deck for the visitors, John Nolette, who came in relief of Kevin Dante earlier on in this ball game. So McGrath, the batter, bats with a man in scoring position. Ridley, the man at second base. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. A ball and no strikes. Goss comes set. Kicks up and hums a slider that goes right over top of the bat of Devin McGrath. A ball and a strike. Goss checks in and gets the sign from Jimmy Brown Jr. As he comes set, the man on second extends his lead off yet another half a step. Ridley takes his secondary as this one's floated toward the middle of the diamond. Conti will come over and make the play. But the damage is done. Pittsfield gets 4 in the 6th inning, and they now lead the Bristol Blues 4-2. Bottom of the 6th coming up next. Frankie Gregoire will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. The Blues now trailing 4-2. A ball and no strikes, the count. Takes the 1-0 fastball outside corner, 1-1. A ball and a strike to Gregoire. Now asking for time is the catcher, Morenhart. Stands up, and now Hansen comes ready with a 1-1. Off-speed pitch, ripped right back through the box. The ground ball shoots off the mound and into center field. The leadoff man is aboard, Gregoire. On base for the third time tonight, Dylan Morris now with the opportunity to advance the runner. 4-2 ball game here at Muzzy Field. The Blues in a little bit of a deficit. Morris takes the first pitch. It's a fastball missing up and out of the zone. 1-0. Morris hit by pitch in his last at-bat and flew out to left in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Morris takes a tight breaker there. Eludes the strike zone, missing outside. 2-0. On deck for the Blues, Tyler Roberts. Morris gets an elevated fastball. He swings right through it. Count 2-1. Two balls and one strike for the Blues left fielder Morris. He shows bunt and is unable to get it down. 2-2. So with two strikes, Morris not going to bunt. Looking to swing the stick now. Man on first is Gregoire. Pickoff move to first base. Gregoire back in there safely. 2-2. The count will remain the same. Morris takes a fastball. He goes down looking for the first out of the sixth inning. Tyler Roberts, the shortstop, now the batter. Tyler Roberts stands in. Logan Green to bat here in the bottom of the sixth inning. 2 men on and 1 out. Green, the right fielder from the University of Massachusetts Amherst, stands in. Green, first pitch, swinging fastball, lifted up and out of play, 0-1. No balls and a strike, and the curveball is over for a called strike, 0-2. A ball and 2 strikes for Logan Green. He swings through the fastball, is unable to take off for first base as it kicks away from the catcher, Mornhart. Runners advance 90 feet, so with 2 outs in the inning, Jimmy Brown, the batter. Runners at second and third. Gregoire, the runner at third, and Roberts over at second base. Green strikes out swinging. Hansen looking to complete his 6th inning of work, striking out the side in the 6th inning. Jimmy Brown Jr. bats. He's 0 for 2 on the day, but he did hit it on the screws his last at-bat. A ball and no strikes to Brownie. One 0 pitch, misses low. Brown ahead in the count, 2-0. James put a great swing on it in his last at-bat that came in the 4th inning. Line shot right at the center fielder, Zachary, looking to hit it just as hard this time, but finds some outfield green. 3 balls and no strikes to Brown. Three-0 pitch, 4 straight wide ones. Brown rolls to first base, and the bases are loaded. For the third baseman, number 23, Christian Budzik. So Budzik with an opportunity to play hero here. 4 straight wide ones. You know Hansen's going to try to knife over a first pitch fastball and overpower the third baseman. Let's see if Budzik's sitting back waiting for that fastball and drives it to right field with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Budzik gets that first pitch fastball, nearly falls on his backside though, swaying out of his shoes. 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch, fastball, called a strike, looked to be low. 0-2. The crowd all over the home plate umpire now. 0-2 pitch, fouled out of play. Count will remain the same. Budzik thought that 0-1 pitch was low and inside. Home plate umpire went up with the right arm, and the fans behind the dish went up in arms. No balls and 2 strikes. Budzik, your batter. The 0-2 pitch is a curveball. Misses up and inside, nearly plunked Budzik. 1-2. 1-2, another curveball. This one fended off. Good fight there by the third baseman from Eastern Connecticut State, Christian Budzik. This is what you love about the FCBL right here. Starting pitcher from the University of Oklahoma in a dogfight with the third baseman from Division III Eastern Connecticut State. Let's see who pans out the victor in this at-bat. Budzik with a line shot single up the middle. That'll plate 2 runs, and the Division III product takes it to the starting pitcher from the Big 12, Christian Budzik, ties this ball game up with a 2 RBI single. So the lineup now rolls over. Jimmy Brown scampers from first to third. Budzik with a 2-out, 2 RBI single, and Pittsfield will make the call to the bullpen. Blues tie this one up 4-4. Pitching change at Muzzy. We'll be back after this brief break. Lorenzo Arcuri bats in a tie ball game. It's 4-4. 2 outs and runners on the corners, first and third. A ball and no strikes. Arcuri looking to double up with the triples in this ball game as he faces the new wing for the Pittsfield Suns. Number 11, Kevin Hassett, into the ball game for the Pittsfield Suns. It's a 1-1 count to Arcuri. Arcuri swings through the fastball there. A ball and 2 strikes. Hassett, the 6'1 righty reliever, heading into his junior year from Springfield, Massachusetts. Just now realizing that it's first and third, the catcher, Justin Morenhart, goes out there to display the signs for the infield. Better late than never. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 1-2 pitch, bounces in there. Morenhart picks up the head, but luckily the ball skips in to the webbing. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Deuce is wild for number 29, Lorenzo Arcuri. Two misses low. Count now full. Runner at first base, Budzik, will be off on the pitch, forcing the infield for Pittsfield to go across the diamond to attempt to cut down the speedy leadoff man from Roseville, California, Lorenzo Arcuri. Three-two pitch, right center field yet again. Arcuri may pick up yet another triple. Ball is picked up. He rounds second and heads to third base. Close play at third. He is gunned out, but 2-run score for the Bristol Blues. A 6-4 ball game. The Blues have the lead. Arcuri with a double there. 1 home run shy of the cycle. Arcuri putting on a hitting display at Muzzy Field tonight. The Blues lead 6-4. Leading off for the Pittsfield Suns, number 40, John Nolet. Nolet, the batter, he faces the reliever from Post University, Ben Brown. So your battery right now for the Bristol Blues, Brown ×2. Jimmy Brown Jr. behind the plate and Ben Brown on the bump. Pitching change, as always, brought to you by Muzzy Field, historic book about this historic venue. Nolet releases the lumber, flying deep down the right field line into the cheap seats. It goes. It is now returned back to him. Looks like everybody's okay over there. A ball and a strike. Now Ben Brown skips this one too far inside. Nolet tap dances out of the way. 2 balls and a strike. Three balls and 1 strike. The count to the man at the top of the lineup card for the Pittsfield Suns, John Nolet. Nolet sees a 3-1 curveball that misses high and outside. That'll bring out manager Pat Riley. Have a quick word with Ben Brown. Brown comes out of the bullpen, and the first batter gets walked. Leadoff walks will kill you, especially in close ball games. It's 6-4. The Blues have the lead. Thomas Hughes bats for the Suns. Hughes, the 5'10 sophomore from Norman, Oklahoma, plays at the University of Oklahoma. No count here to Tommy Hughes. Middle of the infield, pinched in the middle, 2 double play depth. Roberts and Conti, the double play combination up the middle. Brown takes a couple miles an hour off that fastball, but it still eludes the strike zone, 1-0. Brown comes set, checks the runner at first base. Now kicks up, and the fastball is lifted toward the catcher's glove. Brown will squeeze it, and the count 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Runner at first base. Pickoff move to first. Nothing doing. Tommy Hughes is 0 for 2 on the day. He walked in the 6th inning. Fly ball to right field. Green will come over, camp under it to make the play. Can of corn for the right fielder, Logan Green. Tommy Hughes is retired. A fly out to right. The hard-hitting Eric Hamilton, now the batter. He's 0 for 3 this evening at Muzzy Field. Fastball, inside corner, call the strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Hamilton. Curveball just barely misses inside. Crowd wanted that one. They were not giving it. A ball and a strike. A ball, a strike, and an out. Brown comes set, and the fastball grounded to Roberts. Fields on the big hop, short throw to first or second for one. And the throw to first base skips underneath the glove of the first baseman, Austin Chauvin. Good job by Jimmy Brown to run down the line and back up the first baseman to be there for the backup. He picks it up, and Hamilton's forced to stay at first base. So Eric is over at first base, reaching for the second time in as many innings with the fielder's choice. Justin Mornhart, the catcher, now bats. One ball and no strikes. Brown working in relief for Adam Goss, who got out of a pinch in the sixth inning. They give way to Brown for the seventh. There's a man on first base and 2 outs as there's a ground ball to Conti. He fields and empties the can. Tyler Roberts awaits the pearl at second base. Pittsfield is down, and it's stretch time at Muzzy Field. Middle of the seventh, and this is Bristol Blues baseball. Conti leads off the bottom of the seventh inning. First pitch swinging. Rips a ground ball that splits the right side of the infield. He will trot over to first base, making that a 1-for-4 evening for Nick Conti, and Austin Chauvin will now bat for the Bristol Blues. Chauvin swings at a first pitch fastball, and it's a foul ball. 0-1. No balls and a strike to Austin Chauvin after the pickoff move to first base. Austin now rips this fastball into foul territory, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Nick Conti extends the lead off at first base, and Chauvin is called out on strikes. Now batting for the Bristol Blues, the designated hitter, Frankie Gregoire. One out, and Frankie Gregoire, the designated hitter, will stand in for Bristol. Frankie added a couple of knocks last night against the Seacoast Mavericks, including a long ball. Took one deep outside of Leary Field. Swinging for the fences there was Frankie. Came up with nothing but air, 0-1. No balls and a strike. Fastball outside corner. Frankie threw the hands at it and just lifts it out of play, 0-2. So the Blues have a 6-4 advantage. Both teams plated 4 runs in the 6th inning. Fastball up and in. Gregoire taking all the way. A ball and 2 strikes. There is more action in the Bristol Blues bullpen. A righty warming up, number 25, Mike Krieger. Ball and 2 strikes, and it's an off-speed pitch that is hit like a laser beam to left field. Gregoire laces a line shot to the left fielder, and now the batter is the pinch hitter for the Bristol Blues, Liam Scaffariello. 2 men on, and 1 out. Scaffariello, the batter. Scaff twirls the bat around and awaits the pitcher to set. He comes set, and now Scaff is waiting in the stance. Takes a first pitch, bender on the outside corner, 0-1. Liam's first at bat of the ball game comes in the bottom of the 7th inning. Quickly down in the count, 0-2. As the reliever backs up the curveball with the fastball at the knees in perfect location on the outer third of the dish. No balls and 2 strikes. Scaff down in the count. Gets a change up that he's out in front and goes down swinging. So making quick work of Scaffariello is Hassett. Tyler Roberts bats with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Roberts has reached base safely all 3 times. He's rolled up to the batter's box. 2 hits and a walk. Roberts scored in the 6th inning on that walk. First pitch swinging for Roberts, softly hit grounder to third. Hamilton fields up with it, high throw, but the play is made. So Bristol threatens in the bottom of the 7th inning, but they're unable to come up with any extra runs. To the 8th we go. This is Bristol Blues baseball, and the Blues lead 6-4. Ben Brown back to work his second inning out of the bullpen for the Bristol Blues, missing with the first pitch fastball, 1-0. Two balls and no strikes, the count to number 5, Al Zachary, the center fielder for the Pittsfield Suns. The 2-0 pitch is a foul ball lifted down the third base line, up and out of play into the grandstand. It goes 2-1. Action in the bullpen, still the righty, number 25, Mike Krieger. Have to assume Krieger will head into the ball game if Brown finds any trouble in the inning. We're in the top of the 8th, and it's a 3 balls and 1 strike count to Zachary. Zachary laces a ground ball back up the middle for a leadoff base hit. The leadoff man is aboard here in the top of the 8th inning. Now manager Pat Riley on the top step, awaiting the next at-bat for Colin Gimblett. Gimblett 1 for 3 on the day, a single, a ground out to short, and he reached on a fielder's choice. Brown works out of the set. Fastball just a bit outside into the left-handed batter's box, but Jimmy Brown able to go over there and snag it. A ball and no strikes. Brown now steps off the mound. Runner on first, nobody out. Blues lead 6-4. Bristol had 18 hits last night up in Portsmouth, and they double that performance up with 10 here at Muzzy Field today. Offensive outburst in the past 2 ball games for the Bristol Blues. A ball and no strikes. Brown's fastball doesn't miss by much. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch, fastball called the strike, 2-1. Two balls and a strike, no sign here as the batter Ridley steps out. Check that, Ridley's the man on deck. Gimblett the batter for the Suns. Fly ball to shallow left field. Roberts will call it off and make the play. The pop-up played some games with Roberts. He was able to float over and catch the baseball. Pop out to the shortstop for Gimblett. Colin Ridley, the left fielder, now the batter. Middle of the infield still in double play depth. Conti and Roberts up the middle. Playing third base today for your hometown Bristol Blues, Christian Budzik. Budzik's even with the bag, checking for a bunt or just a ground ball where he could roll a pair. Ridley, the batter, 1 for 3. Flies out to center, a pop out to the first baseman, and a double. The lefty bent at the knees, upright from the waist up. Brown throws down to second base, a little bit up the line, stolen base there for the center fielder, Al Zachary, puts him in scoring position. pitch thrown there by Brown was a strike. It is 0-1. Stance now slightly open for Ridley. Man on second, scoring position for the Pittsfield Suns. The 0-1 pitch, fastball. Outside, 1-1. One pitch, fastball in on the hands, ties up the left-handed hitting Colin Ridley. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Ben Brown looking to find the strikeout pitch. It's the fastball, but it misses a hair outside. 2-2. Ready and waiting in the bullpen for the Bristol Blues is the righty reliever from Derby, Connecticut, Michael Krieger. Krieger up and ready to go in the pen if Brown finds himself a little bit of more trouble in the 8th. Zachary extends the lead at second base and a ground ball to Roberts. He waits back and throws off his back foot. Chauvin stretches out and makes the play. So there's a runner on third base with 2 outs in the inning. Ben Brown looking to strand Al Zachary at third base. Designated hitters, Spencer Tinkle, 0 for 2 on the day with an RBI. RBI was a sacrifice fly to center that came in the 6th inning. Six to 4 ball game. The Bristol Blues have the lead. Tinkle with an upright stance, feet very, very open. Brown pounds the bottom of the strike zone there, 0-1. Ben Brown came into the ballgame last night, got some work against the Seacoast Mavericks, back on the bump tonight against the Pittsfield Suns. The righty out of the bullpen, kicks up, and a ground ball up the middle. Roberts dives, and it's past his outstretched glove. Pittsfield gets 1 in the 8th inning, and looks like that'll be it for Ben Brown. Pitching change brought to you by Muzzy Field, historic novel about this historic venue, well written by Doug Milan. Check it out online at Amazon.com today. Mike Krieger out of the bullpen for the Blues. We head to see Devin McGrath in a 6-5 ball game. This is Bristol Blues Baseball. We'll be back with you in just a brief moment. Krieger comes out of the bullpen to face the 9-hole hitter and right fielder Devin McGrath. There's a man on first base with 2 outs. Kriegs comes set. And the first pitch is a fastball right at the knees. Well located fastball to start out the evening for Michael Krieger. Krieger checks first and now gets ready to deliver the 0-1 pitch. He rocks back and swings the arm through. Slider bounced in there. Well done by Jimmy Brown behind the plate. 1-1. Man on first base is the designated hitter, Spencer Tinkle. Not the fleetest of foot over there at first is Tinkle. A ball and a strike. Two-seam fastball runs way, way, way outside of the dish. It's 2-1. So we're here at historic Muzzy Field, the Bristol Blues taking on the Pittsfield Suns. Blues have a 6-5 advantage. Pittsfield draws one closer as they pick up a run here in the 8th inning. Pickoff move to first base, wide of the bag, and the runner, Tinkle, does not take off for second base. The Blues get away with one there. Tinkle could have taken off for second base and most likely have been there safely, but he thinks better of it and stays at first base. Man on first, 2 outs, Krieger doing battle with Devin McGrath. The 2-1 pitch misses low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Krieger's now got to battle back to avoid a runner moving up into scoring position. Three-one pitch. Fastball, called a strike on the inside corner. Good job there by the home plate umpire. Brown was set up middle away, was able to come across his body and stick it. He held it for an extra beat, and with that extra beat, the home plate umpire got a look that it crossed the dish over for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner will be off with the pitch. Runner is off, and it's a foul ball shot out of play. Count stays the same. So as the runner gets off with the pitch, the infield's going to have to throw across the diamond. The 9-hole hitter is a right fielder in Devin McGrath. Does have a little bit of speed. Infield's going to have to get rid of it quickly. Three balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. This one is a slider that misses inside. It's another walk for the Bristol Blues pitching staff. And as the lineup rolls over to the top of the card, there's a man in scoring position and a pinch runner coming into the ballgame for Spencer Tinkle. Pinch runner into the ballgame for Spencer Tinkle, number 18, Tyler Brosens. New runner at second base has wheels. A base hit will score him and tie this ball game up. Nolet, the batter, came in to replace an injured Kevin Dante in the 5th inning. Sense coming in, he's 0 for 1, a ground out to the shortstop, Tyler Roberts, and then a walk. His 3rd plate appearance comes in the 8th inning, and he's down in the count 0-1. Krieger checks second twice for a lengthy amount of time. And the 0-1 pitch is a fastball outside, lunging after it and sliding to make the grab was Jimmy Brown Jr. So McGrath is aboard with a walk, and the go-ahead run for the Pittsfield Suns standing at first base. One seemed to be a well-located fastball. Krieger does not get the call. Home fans yet again giving it to the home plate umpire. It is 2-1. Two balls and one strike, a good hitter's count for Nolet. Let's see what Krieger gives them. 2-1 is a fastball, challenged him right over the heart of the plate. Krieger reared back for that one, and Nolet was late lifting it out of play down the right field line. Tardy on that fastball was Nolet. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for Michael Krieger. And John Nolet deuces wild at Muzzy Field. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball in on the hands. Nolet swings at a pitch that nearly plunked him. Count remains the same, 2-2. Nolet awaits Krieger's 2-2 pitch, infield back all the way around. Runners on second and first. Slider and spoiling a very, very good pitch. There is the Suns' second baseman. Wow, Krieger thought he had the put-away pitch there, but just lunging after it and throwing the hands at the pearl was John Nolet, just barely getting enough to scuff it and send it to the backstop. Count stays the same. With 2 outs, both runners will be off with the crack of the bat. Infield going to have to knock the ball down if they have the opportunity. Slider just misses inside. Looks like the strike zone is getting tighter as the innings go on. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Both runners will be off with the pitch here. Big pitch here in the ball game for Mike Krieger against Johnny Nolet. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Krieger kicks up and hums one in. In on the hands, foul ball yet again. Nolet spoiling every offering Krieger's throwing at him. The only thing he's got left to throw at him is the kitchen sink. Michael Krieger on the slab out of the bullpen here in the 8th inning, coming on for Ben Brown. Runners on first and second, and another 3-2 pitch. This one, strike 3. Michael Krieger sets him down, and Nolet has been tossed out of the ball game. He can't believe that one was called strike 3. Well, the Blues have a 1-0 or a 6-5 1-run lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Leading off for the Bristol Blues in the bottom of the 8th inning, Logan Green. Fastball inside corner, called a strike, 0-1. Green, Brown, and Budzik, the batters due up for the Blues. Greeny takes this one outside, 1-1. A ball and a strike. This one misses up, 2-1. In between innings, the manager for the Pittsfield Suns has been peacefully ejected from the ball game, along with John Nolette, who struck out to end the top half of the 8th inning. Logan Green fouls off the 2-1 pitch, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we have a new first baseman into the ball game. That will be the man from Eckerd College, Justin Glover. He's tested here early on, grounder off the chest. He's able to barehand it and make the play. So Green grounds out to first base, 3 unassisted. For those of you scoring this one back at home, Jimmy Brown Jr. now the batter. So as Glover heads to first base, the first baseman Ridley moves over to third, and the third baseman Eric Hamilton over to second. Jimmy Brown Jr. bats for the Bristol Blues with an out in the bottom of the 8th. He takes the fastball, missing up in the zone, 1-0. Two balls and no strikes. Brown steps out, looks toward manager Pat Riley to get the sign. Nothing doing, steps back in, and the 2-0 pitch misses low, 3-0. Brown done a good job behind the plate today, calling a fine ball game for this Bristol Blues pitching staff. 3 balls and no strikes to the catcher, Brown. Takes the 3-0 fastball in the same spot as the last one, but this one called a strike, 3-1. Now this one misses way up, nowhere near the zone. Brownie will walk for the second time today, bringing up Christian Budzik. Christian Budzik with a huge base knock in the 6th inning to plate 2 runs for the Bristol Blues. And tied this ball game up 4-4. As we are in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Blues lead 6-5. Christian Budzik, your batter. Runner is off. It's a hit and run throw way out. In James Brown Jr. swipes a bag. Hit and run was on. Budzik swing and missed, but Brown was able to steal second base. A ball and a strike. Runner in scoring position for the Blues. Insurance run could be just 180 feet away. Every insurance run the Blues pick up, brought to you by CNI, Connecticut Network Insurance. The 1-1 pitch, a fastball that skips into the rawhide of the catcher, Mournhart, 2-1. Budzik 1 for 3 on the day with a pair of RBIs, looking to pick up his 3rd RBI of the night as the Blues third baseman. Christian way out in front of that one. He cue shots it off the end of the bat, skipping in toward the visiting dugout. Count still 2-2. Budzik utilizing the back of the right-handed batter's box, fires the pitch in there. Does the Pittsfield reliever Hassett. He's out here for his 3rd inning of work, and the count is 3-2. Budzik waves at the 3-2 fastball, and he strikes out for the first time today. Budzik strikes out swinging, and that'll give Lorenzo Arcuri an opportunity to hit for the cycle. A single in the 3rd, a triple in the 5th, and a double in the 6th inning. A long ball away from the cycle for Lorenzo Arcuri, It's a 6-5 ball game, but the Blues will just take one base hit, as that would plate Jimmy Brown Jr. A ball and no strikes, 2 outs here for Lorenzo Arcuri. Lorenzo takes, missing outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. The center fielder from Youngstown State awaits. He gets a 2-0 fastball. Umpire calls it a strike. Must have caught the outside corner. 2-1. Blues lead in this one. There's no action in the bullpen. That must mean Michael Krieger coming back out for the top of the 9th inning. Count now 3-1 as the 2-1 fastball eludes the glove of the catcher Mornhart and makes its way toward the backstop. Count is 3-1, and James Brown Jr. skips over to third base. He's now just 90 feet away from that CNI insurance run. Hassett will now come set. 3-1 pitch, misses inside. That's a walk. And now the pitching coach out to have a word with Kevin Hassett. Infield now comes in. Runners on the corners, first and third. The batter is Nick Conti. Conti, 1 for 4 on the day, singled in his last at-bat. That came in the 7th inning. So Lorenzo Arcuri is on base yet again. Would not be surprised in the slightest to see manager Pat Riley try to play some aggressive baseball and have Arcuri swipe the bag at second. Conti, first pitch, swinging, foul ball, 0-1. A ball and a strike to the Blues second baseman, who's 1 for 4 on the day, Nicholas Conti. Hassett fires in a fastball that Conti lifts to deep right field. That ball is back. Giving chase is the right fielder, who is unable to make the grab as it just barely kicks up into foul ground. If that ball is hit at Leary Field last night in Seacoast, that's a home run for the Bristol Blues. And an abundance of insurance runs as Krieger would toe the slab in the 9th inning. But unfortunately for Nick, that one is hit at spacious Muzzy Field. Just a long strike and a foul ball. 1-2 the count to the Blues second baseman. The 1-2 bounces in there. A curveball smothered by Mornhart. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, along with 2 outs. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Deuce is wild for the Blues second baseman. Line shot up over the glove of the first baseman. Conti with his second base hit of the ball game gives the Blues that insurance run. Insurance runs at Muzzy Field, brought to you by Connecticut Network Insurance. CNI, call them today, 860-582-4CNI. Nick Conti with a huge base knock for the Blues. Pinch runner and Brandon Grover comes out for Lorenzo Arcuri. So Conti with the big knock to give the Blues a 7-5 lead. Our Curry is taken out. Pinch runner in the ball game is Brandon Grover. Austin Schaub, the hottest hitter on this Bristol Blues team, bats and grounds one up the middle. Grover, the pinch runner, putting the wheels to good use. He rounds third, and he will score. The Blues lead 8-5. Austin Schaub continues his onslaught this season. Average rising over 390. The rally towels are out in full effect, and the Blues have a big lead. 8-5, and a new pitcher coming into the game. This is Bristol Blues Baseball. We'll be back to you in just a moment. Adam Kroll, the right-handed reliever from Massachusetts, in the ball game for Pittsfield. He's only thrown 2 innings, but yet to give up a run. First pitch, curveball to Gregoire that he lifts nearly in play, but it is in play. Leaping over the fence and coming away with the ball is the third baseman, Ridley, for the Pittsfield Suns. Fine play made there to retire Frankie Gregoire. We head to the top of the 9th inning, and the Blues lead 8-5. Krieger back on the bump for the Bristol Blues in the top of the 9th inning. The Blues picked up a pair of runs for Kriegs. Into the 9th inning we go. It's an 8-5 ball game. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball over for a strike, 1-1. Batter for Pittsfield is Thomas Hughes. They got 2-3-4 due up here in the 9th inning, an opportunity to plate a few runs. Blues have to go through the thick of things to get out of this game victorious. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The shortstop from Oklahoma is the batter. Hughes 0 for 3 on the day, does have a walk in the 6th inning. This will be his 4th at bat as the 1-2 pitch. Just misses outside. Krieger thought he rung him up on strikes. Home plate umpire disagrees, and right now that's the only opinion that matters. Count is 2-2. Swung on and missed. Krieger strikes out. Hughes tack up another strikeout for Mr. Krieger out of the bullpen. His 2nd of the day. 1 out, and the second baseman, Eric Hamilton, to the plate. Hamilton came into today hitting .319, 11 doubles, 10 home runs, and 47 RBIs. Grounds one up the middle, and it'll get through the middle of the infield past Tyler Roberts and Nick Conti into center field. Man on first and 1 out. For number 6, the catcher, Justin Mornhart. Brandon Grover, whom came into the ball game for Lorenzo Arcuri as a pinch runner, out in left field now for the Bristol Blues. Liam Scaffariello in right, and Logan Green moves over to center field. Double play ball would end the ball game. Mornhart, a prime candidate for that. Takes the first pitch, fastball, in for a strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike. There's 1 out here. Roberts awaits the inning ending and game ending double play ball. 2 balls and 1 strike here for Mornhart. Krieger comes set, hands away from the chest. Slider misses low, not sure about that one. Count is 2-1. I jumped the gun and knew it would be a 2-1 count. We're just going to settle with that one here in the late innings. Runner on first with a short lead off. The 2-1 pitch is in on the hands. Lifted out of play, 2-2. Mornhart, the Bryan College junior, hails from Winston, Connecticut, is the left-handed hitting catcher for the Pittsfield Suns this evening. Blues lead 8-5, looking to capture the victory against the Pittsfield Suns. Blues will be visiting Pittsfield tomorrow in a day-night doubleheader. A 7-inning game and then a 9-inning beginning at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and 7 o'clock at night. Two balls and 2 strikes. Krieger on the bump for the Blues. Infield stayed the same all ball game. Chauvin at first. Conti, the Bristol Blues second baseman. Tyler Roberts at short. And Christian Budzik patrolling third base. Outfield has changed. We mentioned earlier on in the top of the inning. Grover in left. Green in center. And Scaffariello in right. Catcher all game today has been Jimmy Brown Jr. Mixed up Jim and James in the same word, came out Jims. That shows you the kind of ball game it's been in the press box tonight. Real struggle out here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. 3-2-1. Krieger now kicks up and delivers. Ground ball to second. This could do it. 4-6-3. That's a game-ending double play. The Blues beat the Pittsfield Suns 8-5, and they head to Pittsfield tomorrow night. This has been Bristol Blues baseball, and the Blues pick up a much-needed victory. They stay in second place in the FCBL Western Division in their playoff spot. We will see you on Saturday night. This has been Bristol Blues baseball with Brendan Kudla. Enjoy your night, and we will see you on Saturday.